Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and back to Beacon Pines. Ooh, last week I was wild. They got me. They got me twice actually. So the first time they got me because the where we left off on the story was we was here in this what we found to be the original town, and we found the source, which is that hole. And Mr. Kerr found us, and Iggy uh Mr. Kerr got mad at Iggy, attacked Iggy. They fell in the hole, and we tried to catch them. And Iggy was like, "Let go, let go. You know, I'm a bad person. So is Mr. Kerr. You know, I'm a bully." He was saying, "You know, let us both go is what we deserve." And we chose not to let that happen. So we wound up getting calling using the radio to call his goon with Kerr's goons back. And so they capture Iggy, they capture us, and that was like the end of it. So we said, all right, well, instead of doing that, we're gonna listen to Iggy and we're gonna let Iggy fall in. So Iggy, Mr. Kerr fell in, and then fireworks came out the hole, and then Mr. Nat was like, not Mr. Nat told us that I guess Iggy's fireworks made it so that it didn't do that whole freeze over thing. It was kind of a little bit less, a little bit more contained. But she was like, that kind of stopped the source for now. And then they were like, oh, he's gonna, Luke is gonna save the world, and it's gonna be in like the part 2. And we're like, what? I was torn up. Yeah, I was torn up inside because I was like, don't do this to me. But it turns out that they were like, nah, go ahead and find another more definite path. So, oof, that was cool. So we did that. So we went back, we went all the way back to the other side of the tree where we were here again, but when right before Gran threw the torch into the hole. And instead of weeping, we hummed. And she stopped. She didn't throw the torch in the hole. She started humming too. And come to find out that Grant is Mama Dukes. So yes, Grant is our mother. So yeah, so they kind of she was like, you know, she's tired of fighting fire by fire. She didn't really explain how. So we still don't know what happened to her. I'm thinking something between the two towns, some type of time issue was going on here, that she's an old woman. So she said instead of fighting fire with fire, she's gonna just go stop the perennial harvest herself or something like that. So they wound up leaving, and then Mr. Nuncreed fell down to his knees and was like, nah, he always wins, and it kind of ended there. So now we are back to a chapter 9. So yeah, let's keep going.
The devil you know.
Ooh.
7 months ago.
What?
Eleanor Van Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under perennial harvest. She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering. No turning back now. She raised a trembling hand. The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door buzzed open with mechanical efficiency. She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant. It was some sort of laboratory. In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base. She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tempus Liquamen.
That's what Nat was talking about.
There were dozens of them, every one stamped failed. Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching. She was out of time. Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange pod. Muttering a curse under her breath, she dashed over and dove inside.
So remember, this was one of the endings where he said, like, I'll harvest the weight, something like that, and it wound up freezing over. And we found out that that was when Gran had tossed the torch into the thing. Like, I think that's what happened, which made that happen. So I don't know. I'm assuming this is a different track, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Oh, he said that's what change is all about. Sorry. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that will I am tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? This man is a liar. Excuse me? I will not. This town has a dangerous secret and perennial harbors only exist to keep it hidden. Nonsense. They picked up the whole daggone town and moved it right under our noses. You aren't making any sense, dear.
Mr. Kerr addressed the crowd with a sarcastic tone.
Imagine such a thing. It's absurd and just plain impossible. They promised they could fix the foul harvest. They told us they would clean this place up. We just had to leave town for a few days. Oh, they had them leave town. But while they had us evacuated, Miss Hartford, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to. You're afraid of a lot of things, aren't you? You sniveling little worm. Oh, sniveling little worm. This is growing tiresome. A little help, please? Don't you all see? This festival is a sham. An excuse to have the whole town gather in one place. They're planning something awful. I don't know what, but these people are wicked. Don't listen to her. She has absolutely no proof. I am the proof. I am Eleanor Van Horn.
Whispers filtered through the crowd.
Well, aren't you just sneaky as the dickens? We all knew Valentine's fertilizer was too good to be true. And now this whole town is paying the price. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry about this disruption. My associates will take this obviously disturbed woman somewhere comfortable so that she can get the help she needs. She's not the one who's disturbed. Yeah, Mr. Nuncree, come through. You too, Tom and Clown. You all know there's something wrong with this town. It was just easier to look the other way. The truth is, what are you doing? That's quite enough, Mr. Nuncree.
Torment dragged on Joseph Nuncree's face.
Yes, sir. Take them away. No, I want them to see this. Ah, the ever tempestuous, I don't know that word, Eleanor Van Horn. You've been quite the thorn in my side, like a weed that's burrowed in where it doesn't belong. I must confess, you look dreadful.
He paused for a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
Consider yourself in rare company. You've managed to pull one over on me. It won't happen again. I knew you had some sort of plan to disrupt our little party, but alas, I expected something a bit more impressive than incoherent rambling. No matter, your failures are yours to bear. Mr. Kerr? Yes, sir. It's a shame it was cut short, but I thank you for rousing oratory. I will take it from here. Yes, sir. Of course, sir. So he's in charge? You have done quality work for me, William. You can look forward to the recompense we agreed upon.
Kerr gave a bow of deference.
Founder? He's founder? You are most gracious.
Gasps rippled through the crowd.
What? I knew something was up when he was just kind of lingering. It's always the quiet one who ain't really doing much. That's always how it goes. When he was at Mr. Nuncree's, eating them with the licorice or whatever, I was like, something ain't right with him, but I didn't know what. Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities out here from now. Formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket. In one smooth motion, he downed its contents.
Oh gosh.
A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
You can all call me. What? Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
And
a hushed horror gripped the crowd. This is a story about change.
What? No! Ah, so you didn't see that coming. Good.
Sharper examined his new hands.
Well, this is quite the improvement. Everything looks so much smaller now. Eleanor was right about one thing. This festival was a ruse. I wanted you all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. Why does everyone look so downtrodden? This is a celebration, people. Maybe it would help if we set the mood. Mr. Kerr, be a dear and reveal the sign. Ha! Wonderful.
Sharper choked out a crude squawk of a laugh. Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
Sharper, you malicious bastard. Malice. Are we still getting more charms? I'm glad you're back so I can tell you to your face. You destroyed this town. We ain't gonna let you get away with it again. Sorry, this is not the time for audience participation. Some assistance, Mr. Kerr.
William Kerr gave a subtle nod to the clipboards.
You coward! Does anyone else have something to contribute?
A helpless quiet settled over the crowd.
I thought so. Did you all truly believe you could be free of me? A town of complete and utter fools. You people should be celebrating my return. You're clearly lost without me. And that leads me nicely to my children. Daddy? I gave you both the greatest gift a parent can give. The opportunity to prove yourselves in my absence. Squandered. To say I'm disappointed would be an understatement. But Silence, Augustus. An adult is speaking. I don't know which is worse. A son who was completely hopeless, or a daughter with such potential who inevitably lets me down. Eris, you fail me with admirable consistency. Thankfully, I was counting on it this time. Father, I have been wasting time, my dear. What have you accomplished? I was focused on cementing our legacy. Legacy? Need a legacy where you can just live forever. But what about... It's all right, kiddo. I'm afraid you suffer from a complete lack of imagination. There's just no helping it. Now then, where is Joseph? You didn't take the opportunity to slip off, did you? Ah, there he is. Everyone should give him a hand. None of this would have been possible without Joseph. Think you've said enough. Nonsense. People deserve to know how helpful and loyal you've been. I only did what I did because he left me no choice. You always had a choice, Joseph. You were simply too weak to take it. No matter, cheer up. You're about to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You should follow Mr. Kerr's example. When I found him, he was in a sorrier state than any of you. An aging actor, desperate to recapture his youth. He played his part and soon he'll be able to play the leading man again. Forever, in fact, if he remains loyal. That goes for all of you. Well, those who haven't already frittered away my goodwill, Beacon Pines is mine again, and I'm willing to share its spoils in exchange for absolute loyalty. Are you saying William Kerr was never in charge of Perennial Harvest? Ah, you think that puffed up blatherskite, that's a word, could have accomplished all of this? Dawn, I suppose it's time for your big exclusive.
Sharper addressed the crowd with indignant pride. He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition, it almost felt frivolous.
You see, I needed a figurehead to hold things down while I orchestrated my return. Someone to misdirect, lie, and bilk this town for a spell. So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow, you've earned it.
Mr. Kerr flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
Patrick C. Montesquieu. I think that's how you say that. I don't know. Thespian extraordinaire, at your service. Founder, I just want to thank you again for this opportunity. It truly was the role of a lifetime. Wait, so this Bill Kerr was a patsy the whole time? Now that your secret is out in the open, what's to stop this town from rising up against you? Oh, that's the delicious part. Here. Thanks to our clipboards, I know what each and every person in this town fears most. And I will make those fears manifest for anyone who steps out of line. The choice is simple. I'm not afraid of you. Ah, the young hero. See, y'all, that's why when people be doing, like, I understand I used to do it back in the day, but be careful when you be giving all them answers to all these quizzes and stuff that be going online and you be posting it for the world to see. Just telling everybody all your business. I've kept a keen eye on you, boy. You and your friends made a habit of disrupting my plans. What a pity. If things would have gone a bit differently, you might have had your moment of triumph. But that's fate for you. You can't do this. Oh, but I can. I have won. Never underestimate what a great man can do given time. And now, time is my plaything. Perhaps the most expensive thing I've ever bought, but well worth it.
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
Enough chit-chat. Let's get to work, shall we?
And so, Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image.
This will not end like this.
The fertilizer factory soon reopened for business. Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties. Beacon Pines became famous. A secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all. Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer. The end.
So that's it?
This is wrong.
It is wrong.
Things are becoming clearer now. You can feel it, right?
Yes, I feel it.
We can't let Sharper win.
No.
He might just be the key to this whole thing. Let's see.
Yeah, we gotta go. We have, what do we have? We have Malice and that spoon. We have Malice and that spoon. So we gotta go back to this string. Here we go. Shame. Okay, so this is, okay. So I am gonna go ahead. Oh, it was only 18. Oh no, I gotta pick. I ain't been recording for nothing. Oh, that's all we got? Wait, but where? Okay, so none of these can use the spoon. Yeah, none of these. Yeah, I'm gonna keep recording. So this is the only one. So this is when when we picked Shame, we said that there was shame in Mr. Nuncreed's eyes. And that's when he threw us in the phone booth and we got taken and it ended the story. So now we're gonna say, instead of shame, Malice. We gotta do this one because I'm not ending at 19 minutes. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. We're not doing this.
There was a malice lurking behind those eyes. Like a trap ready to spring. Luca felt the weight of Nuncreed's hand on his shoulder. Something wasn't right. He didn't know why, but something was telling Luca to get out of there.
I just want this all to be over. Of course. I'm sure it will all work out soon enough. I should get going. I told Roxy I'd check for Rolo at the treehouse.
Luca twisted free of Nuncreed's grasp.
Of course. So we didn't spill the beans and tell him Well, all that we knew this time, Luca. You know your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything. Anything at all. You're right. Sorry, I had to yawn, y'all. That was a really long yawn. Not even gonna lie, I'm not editing it out either. Let's just take it as silence. I think if they let me go back into places, it's kind of like, I kind of want to see. I meant to go up the steps. I kind of want to see if we got any more charm. All right. Nope. All right. So let's get out of here. Head back to the treehouse. Okay. Oh, look at this. Look at him. Sitting there. Sharper Valentine. He looked down and muttered in a gruff voice. Mama always told me my problems would look smaller once I grew up. But my problems always seem to grow right along with me. Heavens, I sense big trouble ahead. I don't know why I love reading those little books. I really do. Can we go talk to old stupid self? These festival decorations are a bit humdrum. Now, if I were to throw a festival, it'd be a thing to behold. I agree. This is all more than a little sad. Worse than sad, it's boring. What if we did a little something to spice things up? I'm listening. You know that festival sign waiting to be unveiled? It'd be a shame if someone... Oh, y'all, we came across this little conversation before. I remember this.
The two scurried off, eagerly formulating a plan.
That's when... So they wound up actually changing it to say Sharper Valentine Festival. I remember we ran into that before. I remember. Yup. Oh, the tent's gone. Oh wait, no, the tent wasn't here. The tent was in the other area. Oh, we know what that said. All right, let's go to the treehouse. And oops. Identify yourself, please. Nellie Modewell. I work here now. I'm unable to locate you on our staff roll. Oh, I don't officially start until tomorrow. Mr. Kerr said I could come in early tonight to get a few things done. Oh, please. I was saying it like it was a computer. Clearance authorized. Thank you. I'll harvest the weights. Well, that was weird, but I kind of want to go back. I want to see if there's anything down here. Yep, there goes the tent. Just never know, y'all. Never know when you can get no touching. Hey, Griffin. Has Frollo been by? I haven't seen him all day. I'm sure he'll show up safe and sound. And when he does, tell him there's the strawberry chocolate double scoop waiting for him. On the house. He'll like that. Oh, that was nice. Do not go in there again. Do not want to listen to that thing again. Alright, so now let's go back. Hello? Whoa. You could get a wrench to the noggin sneaking up on a guy like that. Don't scare a man while he's junking, Sonny. Evening, Jeff. Isn't it kind of late to be junking? I might as well ask the same thing of you. Find anything good? Bah. Ever since Perennial Harvest moved in, even the junk is trash. You learn a lot about a person by looking at what they throw away. With this bunch, it's all shredded paper and coffee cups. Well, I better get going. I didn't see nothing if you didn't see nothing. See what? Exactly. Did we say that? Did we see that already? That seemed kind of familiar, but I'm not sure. Hello? Kid got anything to say? No. Oh, can we go? Nope. I was seeing if those fireworks were there. Ha! Treehouse. Rolo?
He aired a long holler into the woods.
Rolo! Rolo, wherever you are, I hope you're okay.
Luca felt his eyes getting heavy and plopped into the beanbag. He conceded to its lumpy embrace.
All right, finally made it. Wait at the treehouse in case Rolo shows up. That's what Roxy told us to do. A dream.
Once again, Luca found himself in a vast black expanse.
I knew it.
This time, he knew exactly where to go. He took a single confident step forward. The world flickered and pulsed. He found himself standing in front of the frigid air of a blazing campfire. The source.
The source.
He plopped down cross-legged and gazed into the cold flame, waiting. Soon enough, the fire began to die out, popping sporadically, until all that was left was a single ember. Luca stood up and dusted himself off. He plucked the glowing ember from the cold ash, examined it, and slid it into his pocket. A keepsake. The voice of his father spoke behind him. "You made me proud, Buckaroo." Luca turned to face him. "Dad, what is this place?" A warm grin grew across his father's face. "A place where everything that has been and everything that could be all wait together." Luca found himself staring at his father's face, trying as hard as he could to memorize every single detail. "Wait? For what?" Another voice spoke out as Luca's doppelganger stepped forward.
Lord, here you go again.
"That's up to you." Without knowing why, Luca began to weep. Is any of this real? Are you real?" Luca's father bent down to smudge away a tear. "Of course. I'm as real as the part of you that misses me." Luca turned to look at the older version of himself. "And you?" The doppelganger choked back tears. "I'm as real as the part of you that's angry he's gone." Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Through his tears, Luca laughed. "I think so." His father pulled him in for an embrace. "Time to go, Buckaroo." Luca was startled from his dream by a banging on the floor.
Are you in there?
A commanding voice rumbled from below. Just as Luca sprang to lock the entry hatch, the door knocked open.
Oh, don't do that. Don't play that
Chapter
music.
5.
Y'all, we back to chapter 5. Oh my goodness. I can't believe this. It seems chapter 9 is the sweet spot as to how we know if we've gotten, I guess like to the end of a story. But okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna end this part here. Wild. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, all right, y'all. Well, that is going to be it for this episode. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. If I see more, I'll talk to you all later. Bye.